We're at KnitWit Yarn Shop in Portland, Maine. They have so much local Maine yarn, and you might recognize the owner, Jenn, from her podcast. Let's head inside.
Hi, I'm Jenn. I'm the owner of KnitWit Yarn Shop in Portland, Maine.
And we're going to take a tour. Okay, I'm already seeing something that I want to know about because I'm seeing Club KnitWit.
Yes.
And I need to know what this is.
Yeah, so we started Club KnitWit back in May. It was our first box. This is a quarterly subscription box. And the first box, this is all Maine-based themed, basically.
Cool.
And this box included a exclusive pattern from Bristol Ivy. And
who's a local designer.
Yes, amazing local designer. And this is what she designed for us with local yarns from On the Round.
Beautiful.
So isn't that amazing?
Yes, it's super soft, like
and
single
we learned
ply.
A lot of things.
Yeah.
There was a lot of different techniques in this guy. So we've had a few calls and some knit-alongs and stuff with that. Also, so this is the box.
Nice.
From May. We do have a few left over if you want one.
Awesome.
But this was inspired by the lupins. So if you come to Maine in the spring, like these colors are like all along the side of the road. Right now in the fall, it's all those gorgeous oranges and so forth. But these are the colors you're going to see in the spring in Maine.
So what all do you get in here?
So, well, this is a picture of that.
That's beautiful.
And it's different every time. So this one includes some seeds, so you could make your own lupins. So this is called the Rumphius shawl. If you ever read the story as a kid, there's a story of Miss Rumphius who planted lupines to make the world a better place. And so you can help her.
That's cool.
There were some stitch markers in here that matched. And then the yarn, and then access to the pattern. There was a code there. So we do this quarterly. This was the May box, and like I said, we have a few left over. There was one left over from our summer box, which was an amazing beach cover-up using some Quince & Company yarns.
Oh, nice.
And Jill Thompson Beach, who is another New England designer, designed that one. So.
Well, do we want to head around to
Yeah, you want to see some of the yarns we have?
Yarn, yeah.
All right. Well, before we get to the yarns, we just love our stickers here too.
I'm obsessed with these ones because we're huge national park people. So I was looking
these are
through.
national parks.
No, that's
I don't know how you even say that, but
yeah,
I
like that.
Yeah. So these are from Camp Stitchwood. Yeah. So they design these adorable stickers. And then these are more knitting stickers. We also have our own stitch markers with Maine themes.
Oh, from Katrinkles.
Yeah. So we have lobsters in the state of Maine and a moose and lighthouse. I love just finding like cool indie dyers or small yarn shops, small yarn makers. But there's stuff from all around the world too. Here's some more of those lupine seeds that I
that's great.
had a few left over. So we got those. Okay, so we have, I am super low on it, but this is from Snallygaster. So Snallygaster is a local dyer.
That's a fun color. What's this one called?
So we do Toes in the Water.
Yeah.
We do a retreat every year. Every summer we go up to the coast of Maine and we just knit in the woods with some big name designers, like
I love that.
for 3 or 4 days. And this was our colorway of the retreat this year. So we just have them make a color for us.
And this dyer, Snallygaster, is in Maine as well?
Yes.
Love that. And you have little lobsters on your tags if they're from Maine?
Anything that's from Maine,
that's cute.
either dyed here or made here, has the lobsters, because that's something people want to see a lot of.
Definitely.
We have Little Fox, which is Maryland-ish area. But yeah, you got to feel that yarn. That's
this one up here?
Yeah, that's Vixen.
Ooh.
It's not the softest.
Wait, yes, I just got some yarn from Little Fox, and it's not this one, but
We've got a couple other other ones. Yep.
Oh, silk and superwash merino. Yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
So that's a good one, and just a hint, that's their yarn's going to be in the next box.
Ooh.
So not that one, but another one. of course, we have Quince & Company. We were their original flagship store.
No way.
When they first started, 20 years ago or something. I've only owned the store for almost 5 years.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you more about that later. Bought it like days before the pandemic shut us down. But before I had the store, it was Quince, the owner before me and the owner before her, like just was friends with the people who started Quince. And so, yeah, we had all their stuff. We still have a lot of their stuff, but
they were here in Maine. They were
founded here, yeah.
Founded here, and only recently have kind of moved locations. Yeah, but they're very much still a Maine company.
They are. We're debating the lobster. Yeah, they're mostly Maine. Okay, so yeah, there's another Maine yarn. We are getting really low on the HM Fibercraft yarns. But yeah, this was an amazing person who came in and dyed these yarns and was starting a new business.
I'm just seeing so many now that I didn't even see earlier.
Yeah. So this is on the round. This was that color that was in the box.
Beautiful.
It's a single ply. Dun roving is another. I just love finding these gorgeous colors.
What is this one?
Okay, so Jaggerspun is one of the oldest mills here in Maine, and they just said they're going out of business.
Oh.
So
if you want to get it now.
Yeah, I just placed an order for trying to help clear out their warehouse.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've got a number of Jaggerspuns, which are, it's about an hour south of here. It's a mill. They mill the yarn and dye it and everything right there. This is Quince & Company Sparrow. This is a fingering weight linen.
Nice.
It makes the nicest just like t-shirts for the summer.
Oh, lovely.
If you're someone who can't stop knitting just because it's warm out, I've got lots of these things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm always too warm, but you can see I
Did
find
you make
something
this
to knit.
That you're wearing? What is the pattern? Do you remember on this one?
Mystic Squares.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's and this is Noro yarn, so
nice.
One of those big dinosaur eggs of Noro.
Yes, that's beautiful.
Let's see, Dirty Water Dye Works. This one got a B instead of a Boston bee.
Boston bee.
So she's from Boston, and she makes some amazing, just great colors.
Yes.
So that's her
lovely,
Lillian.
solids. Yep. Really pretty.
This Bissock is from Canada, so not too far away, but it makes this lovely self-striping.
That's right. We're not too far from Canada. I have to keep reminding myself that.
No, we're very close. You could just pop right up there. You probably said you were in Acadia.
It was really close from there.
Just pop over the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah. So we just brought in Brooklyn tweed, which we hadn't had before, but that's that's the other side of the country. But we brought in their arbor. We do have a lot of Emma's yarn.
We do.
Casapinka loves designing with Emma's yarn, and Casapinka's like a friend of the shop. She's taught at our retreat for the last 3 years.
No way.
Yeah, and so we bring up these yarns, and people just love just standing there with Casapinka, ooh, what if you put these together? And she's so good with colors, and
that's super.
It's hard to go wrong with these colors too. Wonderland Yarns. I don't know if you've seen too much Wonderland Yarns.
A little bit. But
so Wonderland is out of Vermont.
Oh,
so
nice.
we take credit because they're like our New England buddies. But they make these blossoms.
What do people make with these? Shawls and things?
Yeah, you could there's a shawl in the front window that's
oh yes, I see it.
Yeah.
Nice.
So we have Woolfolk as well, just because it's so soft. This one I think was mandatory for me to buy, Woolfolk Fleck, because that's my last name.
Hold on, I have to ask you about these.
Oh yeah, I forgot about the duck boots.
These are so cute.
Yeah, so if you come to Maine, you probably go to LL Bean, and these are made to look like little bean boots.
Oh.
Isn't that adorable? And so Quince had kits made up with the stuff you need to make little bean boots for all the babies who are going to be born. And then way up here is we've got some fun buttons.
Yeah, those are cool.
We've got kits this was from a retreat a couple years ago. We've got the kits to make these by Casapinka out of the Little Fox Yarns. So, yeah, there's me and Casapinka on the kit.
I love it. Nice.
But yeah, so up here we have our bulky weight yarns. and just coming into bulky season. So we're going to have to add a few more things, but of course more quints. We've got their puffin, which is a single ply bulky weight.
Nice.
That's their thickest yarn. Over there we had an osprey, which was an Aran weight, which was applied. More Jagger spun, so that local mill that's closing down.
Oh yeah,
we've
this
got
is
a
soft.
Berwick bulky. Yep, we
Very
love that.
Nice.
And then Presque Isle is basically the same yarn. I'm not exactly sure why
they look different, but I don't know
a little
how to
bit.
explain.
Yeah, I mean it's the same weight, the same wool, but yeah, it was just two different.
Done different ways, I guess.
We have a local artist who lives on Peaks Island, which is an island here in Portland. And he designs something for us every year. So this was
a new animal every year?
Yeah, pretty much. So we had the bear who was knitting, and we put it on the bag. The bag is only available for 1 year or until they run out.
That is so cool.
So this year we've got the owl.
Cute.
The bear was last year.
Oh my gosh.
I just emailed him this weekend to start thinking about what's the 2025 design going to be. And he designs like 3 of them, and I get to pick, and it's so hard to pick. But yeah, we had the owls this year.
Very
we
cute.
had the octopus. So if you see, there's like we have a knitted octopus here because a couple years ago we had a octopus design.
I see a dragon.
Oh yeah, we had a dragon a couple years ago.
That's cool. I love that.
Yeah, and they're all available still as t-shirts on our website, just printed to order. If you want any of the past animals, but yeah, the bags are kind of a once for the year. And of course, we've got fun knitting and crochet books. But something unique we do have is like novels.
Yeah, okay, I saw those right away because I'm a sucker for a cozy murder mystery.
Yes, so we've got 2 kinds.
When it has to do with knitting, I'm like all in for that.
That's actually how I got back into knitting, was through a cozy knitting mystery book. But
no way.
It's a longer story for after. But so Allie Pelletier, she's got this series of 3. She comes up on a cruise ship with a bunch of knitters who are there like doing a knitting cruise, and she's one of their speakers. And so she reached out to us and was like, hey, I'm going to be in town. I want to. So she came in and so these are all signed copies of the book.
Oh, stop. That's so cool.
They should be. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah. And then we have Elizabeth Dupier, who wrote this one, 3 Skeins of Caledonia Blue, which she runs the Squam retreats. I don't know if you've heard of those. Those are New Hampshire. It's a pretty popular retreat for all kinds of crafts, not just knitting.
Oh, okay.
So they do like sewing, and they do just like, I don't know, painting and just like all kinds of just like go be in the woods and just relax for a week sort of retreats. But this book is one of her novels. It's not like cozy mystery. It's about this woman who's going through things, and she finds these 3 skeins of Caledonia Blue at Rhinebeck.
Okay.
And only picks up one of them and decides she needs the other 2, and then there's this journey to find them because it's an indie dyed thing. And
I love that.
Yeah, I was just like, ooh, yeah, I know all the places, because it's like she starts in Boston, and it, if you're from the area, it's like you've been these places, but otherwise it's still a really good story.
That sounds great.
So
I
love knitting. And Patty Lyons is sort of the other. Patty Lyons just came out with this new Knitting Bag of Tricks workbook.
Oh yeah.
She had wrote the Knitting Bag of Tricks a few years ago, and it's amazing. It's got all kinds of things that make your knitting better.
Yeah.
Right. And so then she put together this workbook where you can like work through all the things, and it's got stickers. Like,
that's cool.
Who wouldn't want stickers?
Absolutely.
Right. And then we got these bags of goodies so it's like sayings from her book, and then more stickers. Oh, and all right, one more yarn.
No,
so Bobolink is from Vermont. This shepherd has come in a time or 2. She wanted a way. She's a shepherd and a knitter, but a lot of like the shepherds in the area are more focused on meat sheep, right? And the fleeces are just like, well, we just get rid of them, which is to us like But how do you make that work? So she's kind of put together this cooperative of farms, grabs their fleeces and dyes them into these gorgeous, like really local kits and colors.
Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the store?
Yeah, so this store was opened in 2004 over on the east side of Portland, and it was there until 2022 when we moved it over here to the west side of Portland in a much bigger location. But there were 2 owners before me. So I bought this shop in March of 2020, just a couple of days before COVID became like a reality for all of us.
Wow.
Yeah, we were probably open for maybe a week, maybe less, before the town of Portland said, nope, you can't be open anymore.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And at the time we had no online presence, anything. It was nuts. So
wow.
My husband and I were just like, what are we going to do? Panic attack.
Seriously.
Yeah.
So you made it through all of that.
And I think it made us stronger, right? We were able to get online faster because we knew we wanted to go online. But we were able to do it much faster. And part of it is because we were able to close the doors and actually inventory everything and move to a new point of sale system and a new inventory system. And take pictures of thousands of skeins of yarn.
Oh my gosh.
Before I realized that manufacturers will do that for you.
Oh.
And you can borrow their pictures. So yeah.
You gotta learn,
my picture game has changed quite a bit over the last 4 years.
That's the difficult part, isn't it? Like getting accurate colors and taking pictures of stuff.
That was really hard, yeah.
Definitely. So that was the original location, the first location?
Yes.
And then you moved over here in 2022. What made you want to get this new space? Because you've got a really nice large space here.
Yes.
I don't know what the other space looked like.
It was probably about a third this size.
Oh, so this is bigger.
This is much bigger.
Nice.
And it had no air conditioning.
Oh.
And the front windows would leak when it rained, which is not good for yarn.
Yeah.
So there were some issues. But it was cozy. The rent was the right price up there.
Yeah.
But we're just I kept buying stuff and we my
couldn't fit
husband's
anymore.
my Jenga game's only so good. I can only fit so many skeins of yarn in this store. So we looked around and this is definitely bigger. It's an old building, but at least it's more modern.
Yeah.
And inside has been refurbished a little bit, and we have air conditioning.
And you have a classroom space.
Yes.
Or a gathering. Do you also gather in here?
Yep. So we do classes in here. I'll hang out in here if there's nothing going on, if I'm working here sometimes.
Nice.
We like this space.
Now, you said your husband was helping you with the inventory, with the move, and that he manages the store.
He does, yeah.
That's so great.
Yeah, I have a different full-time job.
Okay.
So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I work in insurance, and this was just sort of like a passion project for me when the shop came up for sale. And I was like, okay, because I loved the store. I was a customer first, obviously. And bought the shop, and it was, he was game. He's like, all right, I'll run it for you.
So he was like, I'll come in and
This is his full-time gig.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
what is his name?
Chuck.
Chuck, okay.
Yeah, so he couldn't be here today, though. He's got a volleyball game with our daughters.
Which is totally acceptable. I'm sure he's here most of the week.
Yeah. So he's here doing that stuff. He learned all about yarn and knitting. He learned to knit when we bought the shop, basically.
That's great.
And now he teaches the classes. So.
No way.
Yeah.
So he's not just casual knitter. He knows how to knit.
He knows enough to teach the beginner classes.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He knows it. He doesn't always do it just for fun. When we're sitting on the couch at night, I'll always have something in my hands.
Right.
But that's probably not his jam, but he knows the mechanics of it. And he kind of approached it more we met in calculus class. So he kind of approached it more like a math problem than because it's a lot of math and just
totally is.
Structure. And he was a builder before that.
No way.
So we always like making things. Mine are just with softer materials, and he uses harder materials. Is sort of how we break that down.
That's so funny. I love that. Now, what kinds of community things do you have here at the store?
We have Thursday afternoons. We have a knit night, which is knit and crochet. It's just the alliteration works better with knit night.
Yeah.
And then after that, there's a place, a brewery downtown called Rising Tide, where we kind of have another knit night that we do in conjunction with them. So it's sort of their knit night, but we kind of cross-pollinate.
Wait, that's the same day?
Yep.
So you can come from here over to the brewery?
Yeah.
Well, that sounds fun.
I mean, what else would you want to do in Portland, right?
That sounds amazing.
Yeah, and they've got really good food too. So I go down there and I'll, have a burger and, whatever they're making that night. Yeah, it's good stuff. And if you're a brewery person, like if you like beer, Portland's a great place to be. There's
Absolutely.
Tons of microbreweries here.
I think that's one of the things on our list later today is that we want to do.
Yes, make sure you go to Rising Tide there.
Okay.
The owner's a knitter.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Do you have any classes, or what kinds of classes do you offer?
It varies over time. Sometimes we'll bring in designers and big name instructors to come teach. Sometimes we'll teach things. Chuck does kind of a rotating 101, 201, 301 kind of series of Learn to Knit. We do a retreat once a year.
Yes.
And we have been since 2021. And it was still, the height of COVID at that point. But I really wanted a place to go and get away with other knitters and just hang out because we'd been so isolated for so long. So we found a campground up on the coast of Maine called Searsport Shores. It's a gorgeous place. And we host it there because the buildings are it's more, like a stage, there's a fourth wall that's not there, you could say, but basically a building that's has a wall missing. Picture that. Okay. And so you could sit in there and be protected from the elements, but you're still outside.
Oh, cool.
Right? So we're this will work. And then they had some other buildings. So we did more classes and we invited some designers and it's just been so much fun. And then people can choose, do they want to stay in their van, just drive up from across the country and, take a spot, or there's Airbnbs and stuff around the area and little regular bed and breakfasts if someone wants more of that sort of experience. So we just take our camper up there and we'll just stay for a week. And it's just so gorgeous right on the ocean.
What time of year is that?
That's been in June traditionally. Nice. Now next June, my daughter's getting married. So I'm not doing it next June.
Fair.
But I'm still getting a lot of pressure from all the people who want to still attend.
They love it so much.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to do something.
Yeah.
But we'll probably do it the following year.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
And then you also have a really long-term yarn crawl, right?
Yes.
Called the Maine Yarn Cruise.
Yep. So we do the Maine Yarn Cruise. That's been... that probably started around 2017 or so. Another yarn store up here started it, but she just is retiring now, and we took it over last year.
Nice.
But yeah, that goes from beginning of July through mid-October. Wow. So because people come up here and want to experience Maine, they'll come on vacation. So we want to allow everyone to participate. And you couldn't do it in a weekend, right? Maine is so big.
No, it's huge. And there's a ton of stores.
Yeah, I think we've got 24 stores on the cruise.
Wow.
And this year we went digital for the first time. We got a grant from the state of Maine to, up our game and help with tourism. So we built an app basically.
Cool.
So now it's all digital. You can check in. If you go to some of the breweries, you'll notice they have a brewery crawl, but theirs is more evergreen. You can go all the time and you go to all the breweries and check in. There's hats and stuff you can get.
Cool.
So we took sort of that idea and made it into, our 3.5 month thing. And if you get to all the stores, there's a chance to win a gift card. And we've got, just giant raffle tickets here. So each store has prizes also when you go. And
very cool.
It's been a lot of fun. A lot of people love coming, and they'll get a tote bag that has the year on it and everything.
Everyone should come vacation in Maine because it's so beautiful here.
Yeah, it is.
But maybe for people who can't make it, is there a way for them to just connect with you, maybe even shop the yarn and see what's going on here? Yeah,
we have a website, KnitWitPortland.com. And it's got everything we have here.
That's
on the
awesome.
website. Yeah. With our subscription box, they'll get a quarterly project that's inspired by something here in Maine. We did a box about the lupines, which I showed you on our tour. And they can join in our Zoom calls and just chat with us. And we're on Ravelry too.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today.
No,
this has been so great
to meet you.